Journalists in Gabon are calling for the dismissal of the president of the media regulator, the High Authority for Communication, Raphaël Ntoutoume Nkoghé, for becoming a media executioner. In a press conference in the capital Libreville on Tuesday, the Gabonese Employers Media Organisation said the suspensions of the tri-weekly newspaper L'Aube, the weekly Écho du Nord, the Gabonreview media outlet, and that of RFI correspondent Yves-Laurent Goma for a period of 2 months constitutes excessive sanctions, imposing his dictatorship to make the free and unaligned press disappear from the country's media space is in violation of the fundamental principles and rules of the Communications Code.
For more details on this restriction of the media space, we head towards Libreville, Gabon's capital, to find our correspondent, Yves-Laurent Goma. Hello, Yves-Laurent. The press is angry with the High Authority for Communication after the closure of several newspapers. How far is Gabon's Employers Media Organisation willing to go?
Hello, Jerry. A good morning to our viewers. Indeed, as you've just indicated, the concerned media is highly dissatisfied with the High Communication Authority. 2 facts should be noted. First, they suspended a journalist working for Radio France International based in Libreville for 2 months. According to the authority, he indicted the integrity of the President of the Republic for having noted in his article dated 17th of August that President Ali Bongo was not able to rise up even once during the military parade. The second fact concerns the 3-month suspension of Gabonreview online website. I met all the involved parties, and this is what came up.
The High Communication Authority has sanctioned Gabonreview website and the RFI's correspondent in Gabon, Yves-Laurent Goma. He is accused of defaming the authority in an editorial published on August 9, 2019 and entitled Against Careerism. The first online news site in Gabon is suspended for 3 months.
Instead of telling the truth in good faith, rather than educating, informing and entertaining its readers, the Gabonreview newspaper has chosen the sensational to damage the image of the hack through malicious insinuations.
The High Communication Authority announced on Thursday the suspension of the RFI correspondent Yves-Laurent Goma for stating that Ali Bongo never stood up as he did in the past to greet the army troops. For the regulator, the information is inaccurate and calls into question the integrity of the president.
By writing that at no time President Ali Bongo rise as he did in the past, the RFI, through its local correspondent, failed to fulfill its obligation to ensure that the information it disseminated was accurate and correct.
In a conference held on Tuesday at its headquarters in Libreville, the Employers Media Organisation, the Gabonese press self-regulatory organization, vehemently condemned the actions of the ACA, which reportedly hanged the Gabonese journalists and media to the dogs.
We reproach the hack for excessive use of extreme sanctions, that is, suspensions and bans on publication. When you take the Communication Code, which is the law that defines or regulates the press in Gabon, this law provides for sanctions ranging from the right of reply, rectification, withdrawal of the article, to a formal notice before reaching the ban or suspension for X months. However, since its establishment, the hack has systematically resorted to extreme sanctions, namely the suspension of broadcasting to the ban on publication. These are serious sanctions because we are media companies, companies that have employees, that are in fact economic structures. When you take the responsibility of banning a newspaper from publication for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, it is too much for the profession. This is too much for an economic company with expenses, and we believe that at the OPAM level, this is not normal. This has to stop.
Since taking office a year ago, the ACA has suspended a dozen media outlets, cumulatively making 28 months of suspensions, according to reports. Gabon has dropped 7 places in the World Press Freedom Index published by Reporters Sans Frontières in 2019. It now ranks 115th out of 180 countries.